Flosstube, Crafttube. My name is Tia and welcome to my channel here at Calm Creations on YouTube. This is just a little space where I share all my crafty bits and pieces and things that I've been up to. So first of all, I want to, as always, send virtual hugs. So virtual hugs are going to Emily and Darren. So I do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me and watching what I've been up to and your wonderful comments. So thank you very much. So let's get into it. We'll start with ravel stitching. So I've got a big pile of stuff over here and it could avalanche at any time. So, right, first of all is Tribal Turtle by Mo's Sale on Etsy, and I'm stitching this on a piece of 14 count hand dyed Ada by crafted by Juliet. And where are we? Move that out of the way. Put it over there. So this is where I'm up to on this piece. So I've filled in all down here and I'm now coming down here. So I've had a bit of cast stitching time because I've been working so much, but I'm making a bit of progress on that. So it's coming along. So I'm enjoying that. Right, now last week's stitching was Night Walk Down by the Blue Flower, which is this piece, and I've done a little bit on her here. So let me show you that. We've got the right way this time. So that's that there. So I'm just going up this way. So I've only done a tiny little bit, but it's being stitched on. So this is on a piece of 40 count vintage country mocha, and I'm doing 1/2 full cross on that piece. So that is that one. And what else have we got? This week's stitching is Pandemic by Long Dog Sampler, which will look like, we all know what it looks like, which is this piece here. So that is Pandemic, and this is where I'm up to on that. So this will be getting worked on this week, and this is on a piece of hand dyed 18 count Ada by Crafty Leanie, and I'm doing mine in diagonal colour blocks. So that's where that's up to. So that is Pandemic. Next week's stitching is Halloween Sale by Stitchonomy, which will look like that when it's finished. So that is that one. So I'll show you where I'm up to on that. So that's that piece there, and this is a piece of hand dyed 18 count Ada that I hand dyed myself. So that is Halloween Sale. So that is that. Now this is a piece that I've done a little bit of work on. So this is Season to a Year Celebrations Continues, and I'm stitching this with the Fat Quarter Shop. So this is by Hands On Design, and I'm working, where are we, in this little block here, which is July. So this is this piece here. Ooh, can't see anything. Go like that. So I've done the bottom row, and up in these corn things, there's actually 3 different colours, which I didn't realise, but anyway, so I've done a little bit in these ones, and then I've done this long row, and then the barns will go across there. So that is July. So that is there. Now my avalanche is building on this side. Right, so that's all my stitching. I haven't done an awful lot, but you know, that's how we roll. Right, what have we got next? So I've done a bit on my Chevron Blanket. So that is this one here. So you can't even get it all in, but you know. So I finished, last time you saw it, I'd only done part of the orange row, but I've now finished the whole block of colour. And I did a bit of math, so it takes me an hour and a half, or hour and yeah, about an hour and a half to crochet 1 block of colour, which is 8 rows. So that is how that's looking, but it's coming along. So that's my blanket. Right, what else have we got? I haven't done anything on any of my other bits and pieces, but I've got a little bit of haul. So at work I was fishing through, I was having a look through all the cross stitch stuff, and down the back underneath I found a whole bunch of clearance fabric, so clearance cross stitch fabric. So you'll have to excuse all the noise. This is a piece of 28 count linen. It's just white. So that's that. And I found a piece of 32 count linen. It's that one. And that's white as well. So that's a fat quarter, and so is the other one. And then I found a piece of 28 count linen in sort of a creamy colour, and that's a fat quarter as well. So that's all I could find, so I grabbed all of them. So that's those. And then I was at Kmart, I think last week, and they sell fabric as well. So I got a packet of their fabric. It is 14 count Ada. So that's that. Because you can never have too much fabric. And then they also sell embroidery hoops. So I've used 2 of them already. So it's a packet of 3. And that's just a small one. So maybe like $4.50 for a packet of, I think it was 3. So there's a 6 inch, 8 inch and 10 inch. So I grabbed a packet of those. And then what else? I bought a couple of sewing patterns. So I got this one, which is just tracksuits. So one's with a hood and one's without a hood. And so I thought I'd make Spencer a couple of tracksuits. And it's for moderate stretch knits, sweatshirt fleece, French terry, minky fleece, or normal fleece. So I will just make his out of probably sweatshirt fleece, I think. So that's that one. And then I saw this one, and I'm going to make these. I love a good pair of slouchy pants, so watch this space. So that's my 2 sewing patterns. And then not last week, maybe the week before, I think I showed the fat quarter bundles that I got to make a quilt, the bee ones. So those ones there. Now my daughter works at Spotlight as well, and I got her to have a look and see if they had any, and she got me another 3 bundles, so that was good. So I've got plenty now. And then I've been watching for years Amanda Rolfe from 3 3/4 on YouTube, and she has for a few years been making, well, she's made quite a few from this pattern, swoon quilts, or the swoon block. And so I bought that pattern, which is Thimble Blossoms by Camille Rose Kelly. So with those fat quarters, I'm going to make this quilt, which is, and the blocks are huge, they're like 24 inches. So, and you only need 9 blocks to make an 80 by 80 quilt. So that should come together quite quickly. So that's the quilt that I decided on for those fat quarters, and I've bought the background fabric, which is just white, and these are the other colours that I chose to go with it. So these will be the solid colours. So I've got a grey, a black, a yellow and the blue, which I think will all go really nicely with that. So that's my fabric, and I bought another big clear container to keep them all in. So I only got 1 metre of each of these, the solids, and I've got my notebook where I write down all my things so that I don't forget, and I'll just put in there which, because with that homespun there's so many different colours, and I don't want to forget which ones I've used. So and then I bought, these were on clearance, just some stamps that I can use for my bullet journaling or my just whatever. So they were there as well. And I bought, now I've never used quilting gloves, so I bought a pair of quilting gloves to have a go. I'm going to try and have a go at free motion quilting. I've tried before and failed miserably, but I'm going to try again. So that's my quilting gloves. And then I've pulled out Spencer's Thomas the Tank Engine quilt, which I want to get basted today, and I don't know whether I'm going to quilt it or I'm going to hand quilt it. So I bought some hand quilting needles, the John James quilting needles and embroidery needles. So I've got those, and then I bought a ball of Perle cotton number 8 in the B5200. So if I decide to hand quilt his, then I'll use that and these, and if I decide to machine quilt it, I'll try my gloves. So that's that. Now, so ages ago I made a whole bunch of notebooks using the free digital downloads from Crafting with Happiness. So, and in these notebooks, one I use to do, to note down all my, don't know if you can see that, all my virtual hugs that I'm sending. And then this one is, my, what's it called? my projects diary, and oh boy, anyway, you know how it is. So that's got all my projects in it. This one is projects that I'm working on, but when I write notes about them. So this one is a crochet one, and it's got just some patterns so that I can keep track of you know, where I'm up to, what what wools I've used or what products I've used, so that I don't forget. So that's that one. This one is I think I've got knitting stuff in here. So this is a cardigan and a little hat that I'm making for Spencer. And I've knitted this before. I knitted this one in these colours for my youngest son. So so I just write down, you know, I just scribble in there all my notes, where I'm up to, what row I'm up to, and such. So that's my notebooks. Right, now I made a little, I had some scraps in a bin, and I've seen, you know, these are not a new thing, but I don't know if you remember this old snap bands, a snap bracelet, and you'd whack it on your hand and it would wrap round your hand. Well, somebody, some clever somebody, thought to put those into a pouch, and you pull it apart and it snaps back together. And so I thought I'd have a go at that, and you can use the proper snap things, I suppose, but I used a tape measure. So, and that's what a lot of them do. This was discounted at work. It was a pack of 2. Somebody had stolen one and the other one was still there, so it was discounted. So I bought the other one, and I made a little pouch. So that's the pouch, and if you pull on the little prairie points, it pops open and snaps closed, so you can hear the measuring tape inside. So that was fun to make. I don't know what I'm going to put in it, but it was that's a bit ASMR, isn't it? You could just sit there and click that all day. So that's my little pouch. But apart from that, I believe that is everything. So I hope you have a lovely crafty rest of your week, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks, bye.